How's it going, everybody? I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays, depending on how you want to look at things. But I definitely wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday season. Hope everybody's enjoying their time with family and friends and things like that. Hopefully you were able to take a little bit of time off of work. I was fortunate enough to be able to take the week of Christmas off. I have a couple days next week, which is right around New Year's, that I'm taking off to spend some time with family and friends and things like that. So you won't see a ton of stuff coming out, at least in the next little bit. I'm working on some content and stuff like that, but for right now, I'm trying to take some time off and not be on the computer, which is actually rather difficult for someone like me who's always on my computer. It's almost like, I have to intentionally not be on the computer, which is like, can be difficult depending on who you are. But I did want to give everybody some updates and some, an idea of what's to come and things like that. I'm going to be changing up some of the stuff that I do on the channel. One thing that I wanted to do that I have been thinking about for a while has been and I haven't done, I don't think ever, is a regular upload schedule. So what I mean by that is my uploads are very sporadic. You'll get a bunch of uploads and I'll be dormant for a while, then you get a bunch of stuff, and kind of like a roller coaster, right? And I don't like that. I am trying to build a channel to be more than what it is today. Trying to grow it, more subscribers, more views, things like that. I'm coming up to almost 1 million views, so that's like really big for me. So I'm really looking forward to breaking that 1 million view category. I also would like to keep building the subscribership. It's one thing that that's why I put that poll out a couple weeks ago, and I got a lot of really good feedback. So I'm going to be taking advantage of the top 3 specific entries, which was more technical deep dives, whiteboard sessions, and then, stuff like that. And that's basically what I've been doing for the longest time, but I did have some ideas of doing some design related stuff, and some, configuration, kind of mix kind of CCDP and CCNP into the same thing. So like, let's cover this particular idea and then let's go and, actually implement it. So I'm still probably going to do something like that, just so you can start to marry the design to the configuration and see how they would correlate and things like that. So pretty cool stuff overall. Some other stuff that I'm working on is I was finally able to get the iOS XR v9K. I was able to get 5 of them to boot up on an ESXi server and be stable. So what I'm planning on doing is some segment routing. So you'll see some segment routing coming out here in a little bit. And the reason for that is, well, because of the fact that I do plan on taking the CCIE Service Provider version 5 lab exam sometime next year. I don't know when. I don't want to spend a ton of time dedicating a lot of time to it, more than I have to, but obviously it's a CCIE, so you're going to have to put a concerted amount of effort into it. So, but I'm definitely going to be covering segment routing and stuff like that, and there's some advanced technologies and advanced concepts that I definitely want to go demo on the XRV9K. So there's that. So cool stuff there. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is with the regular upload schedule, I'm going to try to upload videos every 2, maybe 3 weeks, and I'm shooting more for the 2-week time frame. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to go out and do a concerted amount of effort on a particular technology, and then record some content around it. So one thing that I won't be doing is very much certification focused training, meaning that I don't want to come out with a video series or a series of videos on a certification, like for example like Cisco CCNA or something like that. It's not really the goal that I have for the channel. It's always been technology focused, but unfortunately, because the technologies usually are going to tie to a certification, that usually is going to be the reason why you see a lot of stuff geared towards a certification. Well, my goal is to be more technology focused. So, for example, and I'll just throw some technologies that are out there, some features that you may be familiar with, and some of the buzzword bingo you probably have heard about. Things like Lisp and VXLAN and iWAN and SD-WAN and a number of other technologies. I definitely want to go through and do kind of a deep dive on some of these technologies because they're not so well understood. Now, there's a couple of things that are coming out on some new technologies or some features and designs that Cisco has come out with over the recent years that, unless you understand all the individual components to the architecture, it's really not going to be that easy for everybody to understand. I see that coming into the field, and I'm like, well, you know what? Someone's going to have to create some content around that, and I'm doing my best to try to understand all of the nuances of those technologies. So one of the things that I'll be doing is some of the very first technologies that I cover is going to be Lisp and VXLAN. Now, I want to cover Lisp from a perspective of how it was originally developed, to be a overlay routing protocol, if you will, and take advantage of how that comes into play. And then I want to also focus on the aspects of VXLAN and how it was developed and stuff like that. So if you're not familiar with Cisco's new SD Access, and it's not really new per se, I mean, it's been around for a few years now. It came out in, I think, 2015, 2016 is when it was originally developed. And basically it's trying to bring Lisp and VXLAN into the access or into the campus area network. And the idea is to get rid of things like spanning tree and VTP and VLANs and trunking and all that other stuff, classical networking as it's commonly referred to. So I plan on creating some content around that. The problem I have, and I don't really have a way of solving it because I don't want to spend umpteen thousands of dollars on the hardware in order to really do it, is I don't really have the capability of demoing out things like DNA Center or SD Access. I can do SD-WAN, and I'm still learning how SD-WAN all works together. I can get the control plane up, and I can, get some basic stuff to work on it, but I'm still learning the technology. And that's why I say when I go back to the 2-week time frame, 2 weeks is probably too soon to really lay something out, but I have some technologies and some features and stuff like that I definitely will be able to get on a regular upload schedule and create some content around how that type of stuff works. And I'm not trying to bang out 50 videos in a week. I'm trying to do 5 or 10 videos in a week, which would be normally doable. 1 or 2 videos a night, half hour to an hour of recording and stuff like that. Do some video editing on that. That's, to me, is very doable and something that I could spend a couple hours on the weekend editing and then upload. I still have to figure out when I would have like a defined date, like every other Thursday or every other Saturday or something like that. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I definitely want to go out and do more technology-focused stuff that would help other people understand, what's going on with this or what's going on with that, and stuff along those lines. So that's basically my intention and my goal here in the new year. So that's pretty much it, really. I have a lot of things that I'd like to go take a deeper dive on, a lot of other technology areas that I want to do material around. So, for example, just to give everybody a kind of where I'm going with this, is you won't see much stuff if it's technology focused. You're not going to see stuff where it's like tied to a certification. It won't be a certification focus. It'll be, how does the technology work? And then you can understand how the technology works and see how I implement it. And then you guys can take whatever you've learned, and then voila, you're off to the races with understanding how that particular technology works, and now you can marry that information to a certification exam. So that's my goal here. I don't want to be a certification channel. I want to be a technology channel, which is why my channel is called Rob Reicher's Tech Channel. So there's that. Beyond that, guys, that's pretty much the goal. Now, I will be coming out with some more like my take on videos, meaning my take on a particular architecture or a particular thing in the industry, like what is network automation, or like my take on network automation, or my take on, the software defined things, stuff like that. And just give me my opinions and what I see, the value, the detractors, things like that around technology from my perspective. And the goal is just to kind of help you guys understand stuff. Like, for example, when I did a couple of videos a while back, it's probably 3 or 4 years ago now, that have gotten through my most popular videos on my channel, is the MPLS Layer 2 and Layer 3 VPNs, and then the VMware NSX overview. Hugely popular. I mean, each one of those videos is well over 60,000 views, and for something that's technical, but it's laid out in such a way that it helps you understand how the technology works. Is there any configuration? No, there's really not. It's more or less me walking you through how the technology works and how you could integrate it into your current environment. I've actually had quite a few vendors and companies reference that video because the fact that it lays it out really, really well. And which is, I was really actually very honored and humbled to have a couple of companies find my content on YouTube and actually reference the video to a customer and be like, if you really want to know how this works, I recommend you watch this channel, watch this video, and it's me. And next thing you know, I've got 20, 30 people pinging me on LinkedIn like, hey, can you help me understand this a little bit better? Or, oh my god, I've been struggling with this, and watch this video, and oh my god, it really helped me understand everything. And that's the whole purpose of me recording these videos, is to help people understand technology better. Because I feel like if I understand it well enough, then you guys will understand it well enough. So I would hope to be able to convey that information in a clear and concise manner, which is my goal. So that's going to be that. I definitely would recommend everybody keep checking out simplifiednetworking.com. So simplified-networking.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And anything that I demonstrate here on the channel from a video perspective, there will be a referenceable set of labs or topic breakdown on the website. And the website just helps me keep everything organized and things like that. So pretty cool stuff in that respect. And the videos there are geared to a particular track. So I got like service provider, routing and switching, enterprise infrastructure, things like that. I do plan on coming out with some enterprise infrastructure stuff. So it'll be kind of like, it'll be topics that are related to a track, like enterprise infrastructure, enterprise core, CCNA. So there'll be a sprinkling of like layer 2 topics and layer 3 topics. So it'll be, what do you need to know? What layer 2 technologies do you need to know about? How do they work? It'll be a sprinkling of that, and then I plan on diving into EIGRP, OSPF, BGP, things like that, your core infrastructure technologies, and then work on some other areas as well. So I'll be sprinkling some stuff in here in the near future, which I'm hoping you guys will benefit from and stuff like that. So, but that's really it for me. I definitely wanted to at least put something out. I know it's the day after Christmas and stuff like that, but I really wanted you guys to have an update from me because I've been a little quiet lately, and I apologize about that. But it's the end of the year. I want to spend some time with the family and stuff like that. So I've got some downtime today. I've been the last few days, the weekend before Christmas, and then the last few days have been kind of crazy for me with family get-togethers and stuff like that. Christmas Eve was nuts with being over at being at the family get-together, then coming home and having to go through the Christmas stuff and all that type of stuff that parents have to do for Christmas. So my sleep schedule was all screwed up, but you know what, that's okay. I'm on vacation, so it can be as screwed up as it needs to be. So, but I'm looking forward to the new year and stuff like that. And one of the things that I had the plans of doing last year, and I kind of started doing that at the beginning of the year. I started releasing a bunch of security videos, and I still plan on doing security stuff. And that's one thing that I've been doing a lot lately. I've been like itching to go into other areas and play with stuff, and so for whatever reason I've like had this block. I'm not sure if block is the right word, but like You know how you have a certification or you have something scheduled, you know, you have an exam scheduled or something like that, and you need to put all your time and effort into that so you can pass your exam. And then once you're over that hump, or that, you know, you've gone past the certification, pass or fail, you can then remarshal your resources and go focus on something else that you want to go do. That was kind of my issue, and I really wanted to do a bunch of security stuff, you know, stuff like that. And I plan on doing that, but I feel like I need to really put my old man, my dad used to use the term, buckle down and put your nose to the grindstone. That was his way of saying, okay, you know what, all BS aside, this is what you need to do right now. And, you know, buckle down, get after it. And that's what I really need to do. I want to go learn something, I go learn it. And one thing that I don't like to do is I don't like to press record and start talking about a technology if I've only been through it a couple of times. And one of the things that I plan on doing is taking and putting out content in little waves. So, meaning I don't want to spend, let's say it takes me a month to learn a particular thing, this technology or this feature or this platform, whatever the case might be. I don't want to be holding back and releasing a bunch of content because it's not complete. You know, I'm not going to go out and bang out a 50 video series and then all of a sudden you get a 50 video upload. I'm going to upload it, I'm going to trickle it out. Like, one of the things that I've done quite a few times now is I've rolled out Firepower Threat Defense with the Firepower Management Center, and rolled that out a few times. I've gotten the process down to where I know what to do, when to do it, what to expect, and I do it enough times to where it becomes almost second nature. I want to be able to be as comfortable on rolling out a particular something that I haven't really done any recording on, and then when I go to actually do the recording and actually produce some content for it, it looks like it's natural, right? It's me just going through, it's like, okay, this is what you need to go do, and this is how this is going to work, and this is what's going to end up happening. I want it to be more of a natural flow, because then I feel like if I have that coming out in content, then that makes it, you know, that much more enjoyable for whoever's watching it. You're not like watching me, well, maybe he's struggling a little bit because he doesn't know quite as well as he would like to in order to teach the content. And that's really what I want to avoid. I don't want to make it look like it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Sometimes you might see some stuff that comes off and it's just like, oh, Rob didn't expect that. And it becomes very obvious. Sometimes my facial features or my the speed of my when I'm talking will slow down. Like, oh, didn't see that coming. Yeah, I try to avoid those as much as I can, but when they happen, they happen. So that's pretty much that. So again, I want to try to keep this video short. We're almost at the 20-minute mark. I do want to thank everybody for the continued support, and you know, if you've been a subscriber for a while, or you've been, you know, you're just subscribed the other day, thank you, sincerely. If you guys have built this channel to what it is today, and that's really what it comes down to. So I did want to address one thing real quickly, and I've had a lot of requests from people for like the topology files and initial configurations. A lot of that stuff's going to be up on the website, so it'll be you know, you'll have a reference topology, you'll have the, you know, the initial configurations. The videos will be pretty much, I'll be setting things up as we go through a particular set of content. I'll be IP addressing things and doing the initial configurations for routing protocols and setting up the underlay and then setting up the overlay and things like that. But I don't really provide the config files or the topology files or anything like that, because you're watching me configure it. So, and I don't ever want it to be, you know, here's all the information you need to do. I've had some people ask, and there's like, it'd be easier for them to do if I was to provide that stuff, and it's just like, well, you know, nobody does that for me, so that's how I look at it. So use the website. There will be some topology files. Pause the video, take a screenshot, build your own. And that's the way I look at it, because that's really what you need to be able to do anyway. Most people are receptive to that feedback, and you know, it's because you need to be able to develop your own labs anyway. especially if you want to learn this stuff. Don't be reliant on somebody else to provide you anything. Go do it yourself. That's how I've been successful in my career so far. As I go out, it's like, okay, if I don't know something, I go learn it. Simple as that. So again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me and stopping by, and hopefully everybody has a happy holidays and a safe and happy holiday. And until next time, guys, take it easy.